Okay, welcome back. I took my braids out. I'm always changing my hairstyle. I never stick to one hairstyle. Every 3 to 4 weeks. When I was younger, it was uh, every 2 weeks or once a week. I get bored. Anywho, braids are out. I'm gonna put them back in. You asked me what my hair color is my natural hair color. I don't know. Um, when I buy hair, it's usually 4 or 6. That's it. But okay, now back to my book that I'm working on. It's called See Life Through My Eyes. Right now, I'm excited because I'm learning about finding oneself and seizing of compromise. When you compromise, every time you compromise, you lose more and more of yourself to the point of where you become someone else that you don't even know. Come closer. When you look in the mirror and you're looking, you're like, you look like you sound like you, but you're so far from who you were or who you're supposed to be, which is yourself, to the point where you don't even know who you are. In this season, God was showing me, be true to yourself. Everybody's not going to like you. When you're people pleasing, when you're accommodating, when you're been told, you're just so nice. You're too nice. That means I can use you. I can mistreat you because you don't have any boundaries. So no more compromising going into 2025. No more letting people feel like they can mistreat you or you're going to accommodate. Set your boundaries. If you don't like something, say I don't like it. If it's not who you are, stay true to self, because at the end of the day, you have a decision. Either they're going to be happy or you're going to be happy. But I choose me, because accommodating people, more and more your happiness is stolen and more their happiness is built to the point where you're feeling lost, confused, because you're no longer you. And when you accommodate people, it's okay to, little between, like, give a little, take a little. But if you're always the one putting in and always giving to the point where you have nothing left, they would eat off your plate, they would take off your plate, they would take and take and take and take until you have nothing else to give. And then the minute you say no, there's a problem. But you got to learn, if you don't have any in your reserve, your what the word I'm looking for, any in your reserve, anything put away for yourself, you done gave so much. Oops, my battery's low. Oh gosh, my battery's low. My battery's low. Oh, not now. Hold on. And my battery's low. This is not good. Okay, read and gave so much of yourself to the point where you're confused because you don't even know who you are anymore. So I look at myself in the mirror now. I have no makeup on. This is just whatever. You like think to yourself, you gave up so much for so many people. You poured into so many people. Now, who's pouring into you? Who's looking after your well-being? Who's taking care of you? If you don't take care of yourself, baby, don't look like nobody else will, unless you got someone that really, really cares about you, really loves you, and really, really look deep and down into your core. You can be walking around with a smile on your face every day, but be broken on the inside. You so broken, people pass by you every day, and all they see is that smile on your face, because this is the outer face. But that inner man is broken like a piece of glass, broken in a bunch of pieces. And you got to get them on one accord. You got to get them to come together. You can't walk around anymore broken and smiling. I'm talking to myself, maybe not to somebody else, where you're smiling on the outside, but you're really hurting on the inside. And people are looking at you, but they don't know your wavelength. They don't know where you're at emotionally, physically, nothing. They're just, my hair is a mess. Anywho, I can't wait to get it braided tomorrow. But they don't know the wavelength that you're on. You don't even know your wavelength. You don't even know yourself at this point in time because you've been so accommodating. So people pleasing. So understanding and just, okay, well, that's fine. Well, okay. And the more and more you do that, the more people think they can step over you, step on you, misuse you. Then they have the audacity to ask you stupid questions. And when I was younger, I was very argumentative. But now, no, I don't think so. And then, because I was never flip mouth. I said what I said. I meant what I said. And I got in fights growing up because I don't do a lot of this. And so when you're quiet, reserved, people will take that for granted because they'll say something or do something and you don't respond. And they think that's the go ahead to keep on until when you do go off, they like trying to figure out where that came from. It was always there. You just didn't see it because you was too busy running your mouth. And you missed the cues when me just been quiet staring at you. Like, okay, okay. But as I go on and I've gotten older, I'm still the same way. I'm a quiet storm. I'm not going to be flip mouth. I'm not going to say much to you. I don't argue with people. I say what I say. I meant what I said. I don't repeat myself. I don't like to repeat myself. If you didn't understand it the first time, you need to go back and try to comprehend because it is what it is. And I've always been that way since I was a little girl. I don't fear no one but God. And as I get older, I'm no longer of the streets. I'm for Christ. So I have to learn to deal with things more, as they say, vocally, not more physical like I used to be because people grew with me, you know. But I'm on this side of town now where I'm from the streets, but not of the streets. And I got that from my pastor. He was saying some stuff and talking in this past Sunday. And as you grow and you mature, you have more things that you can lose. When you're young, you don't own nothing. You go to jail, you don't care. You got no decent job. But when you get a career, now you're like, wait a minute. I can get no felonies or misdemeanors. I can't get in trouble. When you're young, you don't know, hey, you don't care. I know I didn't. I'm just being real. I know I didn't. But I know my book, I pray to God that it's going to touch a lot of lives because when people look at my accolades and look at me now, they don't know the humble beginning. The 6-year-old child grew up in a foster home, foster system. Mom hit and killed by a car by the age of 12. A bunch of things just transpired from that. And to where I am now, and people are like how you can be so happy, how you can be so jolly, how did you become successful? But I'm gonna give you an example because I like dogs. If maybe some people can relate, some can't. When you have a little litter of dogs, you have one dog in here that got this drive. He got bite drive, he got bark drive, he got food drive, he got prey drive. He just driven. Then you got another puppy, he just pooping, pissing, and sleeping. Then you got another one, he in the middle. He eat a little bit, pray, got a little food drive, he'll fight it, but then he'll go sit down. But you got that one that's always been driven. And you either have it or you don't. You can get 2 dogs and 2 different personalities. Same thing with people. And people always say, Carrie, why you always driving? Why you always driven? I'm like that little bulldog or that little dog in the litter. I've always had drive since I was a little bitty girl. And as I age, I can't slow down. This is who I am. And sometimes that's going to rub off on people. They think you're trying to outdo them. But I'm not competing with nobody else. I'm competing with myself. I'm always competing with myself. I'm my worst critic. I work harder and harder and harder because I'm working at the next level, trying to get myself to the next level. I'm always doing that. And I notice people be like, why are you trying to outdo me? I'm not even focused on them. I'll be like that, just straight ahead. And you got people on the side and they can be making faces. They can say something and ask me a question. I really didn't hear them, really, literally, because I done tuned everything out around me because I'm focused on the prize. I'm focused on what I'm doing. And this season, God is telling me to focus on what I got going on because I got a lot of things coming up musically, too, because I do sing. And I want all those people who compromise, don't compromise anymore. Set your boundaries. Be true to yourself. Some people's not going to like your boundaries. Some people going to disappear. They going to want to part ways. You're going to lose some people in this season when you set boundaries, when they realize they can't use you. They can't mistreat you. They can't talk to you in your kind of way. They can't just do what they used to do anymore. You're not who you used to be. You was never that person. You were just compromising. You was just, trying to be nice to everybody. People pleasing. But we done with that. So as you continue to come, just remember you're a child of God. And when I think of God, I'm like, I know who I am. I'm the child of the Most High God. And I know who you are. Whoever's listening, you're a child of God. And remember, if anybody asks you who you are, you're a child of God. And I'm going to sing this little note. I'm going to go on again. Because tomorrow, I did finally get my laptop out. And I typed up so much. So the beginning of the book. Because the book is going to be a process. Ugh. But yeah, my hair is all in this. But anywho, it's going to be a process. So my hair is going to be a hot mess. So you see, everybody's has their own story. Like, you have kids grow up in the same house, and your version and their version of your childhood, it will be some similarities, but it'll be different because what your perception is and what their perception will be two different ways that they see it. So my brother and I have so many similarities to our childhood growing up. How we perceive, how we think. But when I look at what he was writing, what I was writing, it's so similar. And I was like, whoa, he's like, we should write a book. So I'm working on my part. And with me being the younger sibling, I didn't remember some stuff that he filled in for me. So I'm figuring it out, but it's all going to come together. But I'm going to sing the song and I'm going to go on. And tomorrow night, I'll come back again and give a little bit of the book. And hopefully my hair will be done, because I can't keep on going like this. Oh, no. Because anybody asks you who I am, tell them I'm a child of God's. Anybody asks you who I am, tell them I'm a child of God's. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Anybody asks you who I am, tell them you're a child of God's. Remember, you're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I will never be perfect, but I'm not who I used to be. Every day I try to be a better version of what I was. I'm better than where I started from. I'm not my beginning anymore, but I remember my humble beginning. Y'all stay blessed and y'all stay up and meet me again. And I'm going to go into the story though. I have more to share. Y'all have a good night and be blessed.